and welcome to our first UN AI for Good Law Track program, a very astutely named and somewhat descriptively named conference. But we're very excited to have you all here today. My name is Roland Vogel. I'm the Executive Director of Codex, the Stanford Center for Legal Informatics. We are one of the co-sponsors of this event. The others being, of course, the UN AI for Good program, and then the Codex affiliate firm, DLA Piper. And so my job here is just to thank those who contributed to this event. It's been in the making for many months. And several DLA Piper team members worked tirelessly with our Stanford Law School program group. Just want to call out, of course, Danny Toby, who heads AI for DLA Piper, and his entire team, especially Liz McKeon and Nicole Benner, who are also here at Stanford today, and many other folks and friends from DLA Piper. So we're going to focus on a lot of the current issues in law and regulation around AI. And so we're going to have a full day today and an amazing lineup of experts. And we are thrilled to run this conference here and kick it off here. Before I turn it over to Danny Toby, we will show a quick video message featuring Xenia Fontaine, who's a senior director at the ITU and in charge of the UN AI for Good program. So with that, welcome everyone, and let's turn it over to Xenia.
Hello everyone, my name is Xenia Fontaine, calling from Geneva from the International Telecommunication Union. It's my great pleasure to be here today with you. ITU is the United Nations Agency for Digital Technologies, and we are also the organizers of the AI for Good. AI for Good was created in 2017. Now think about it just for a second. It sounds like an eternity in terms of the AI years. At the time, the technology was available just to a few, but now we can see AI is impacting the planet and the people. AI for Good was built on the premise that AI has great potential to solve the human biggest challenges, from affordable healthcare to education for all, to clean energy, to affordable and smart agriculture and natural disaster management. But how do we know that those solutions work equally well on men and women, on children and the elderly, on people with different skin colors and people from low-income settings? The fast-moving tech industry often adapts an approach, build it and fix it later. But these are things we think deeply about at AI for Good. So what is it, AI for Good? Simply put, our mission is to identify innovative AI applications, build skills and standards, and advance partnerships to solve global challenges. And how do we do this? First of all, we cannot do this alone. And that's why we have 47 UN sister agencies as partners. That's virtually the entire UN ecosystem contributing and leveraging the AI for Good platform. Now, the experts themselves would say that AI is too important to leave to the experts, and great efforts have been made to bring as many different voices to the table as possible. Today, we see a great example of a multi-stakeholder collaboration on such an important topic as AI in law and justice. And I'm very grateful to our partner DLA Piper to initiate this activity. I wish you all a very productive event and look forward to welcoming you all to Geneva for the AI for Good Global Summit 2025 in July. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome all of you. I could not be more excited to be standing here before you today. The United Nations law track for the AI for Good platform has been many years in the making. My partner, John Gibson, over there, is the one who introduced me to the concept, and I think it was back before the pandemic. Is that right? It's been going on for a long time, and there's been a lot of change in the world since then. and to get here today to have a conference dedicated to how AI can support the principles of law and justice globally with the support of the entire UN ecosystem is just phenomenal, and want everyone to take a moment to savor that. It is not easy to put on a conference in the best of circumstances. To put on the inaugural first edition of a conference is even harder. So there are so many people that I want to say thank you to. I have to start with Stanford Law School and Codex. Roland Vogel, Megan Ma, they have been friends, collaborators, thought partners with us at DLA Piper for years on the issues of AI and law and justice. Their thought leadership is at the cutting edge. We've been fortunate to collaborate and co-publish on some of these issues, and it's a true honor to pursue this UN project with you. So thank you guys for everything you've done to make today possible. I, of course, want to thank the United Nations for entrusting us with this incredible opportunity. AI for Good, as Zinnia said, is the UN's premier platform globally for dealing with issues of AI. And what it does is ask the question, how can AI support the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Principles? And one of those principles, number 16, we can argue about the order, is peace, justice, and strong institutions. We at DLA Piper, I think Stanford, if I can speak for them, and everyone here today is here because we believe AI can be a force for advancing the goals of peace, justice, and strong institutions globally. I think we can all agree that that goal is as important today as it ever has been in history, and we're very excited to see how tools like AI can increase access to justice, can improve the ability for the rule of law to proliferate around the world. So, just a very quick note of introduction to the DLA Piper team. I'm very proud to have almost our entire team, or a big contingent of them today, of our core AI group. We were the first law firm to found a dedicated AI legal practice. Some of us have been working on these issues for over a decade and truly believe that AI deserves its own legal specialty and legal doctrine. We're very proud that in the last 10 years and in the 6 years since we formally founded the group, the world has really evolved in that direction. The American Law Institute is, for the first time, convening a group of experts to establish the principles of civil liability for artificial intelligence, and really asking the question with some of the leading jurists and academics, how do we take existing principles of contract law, tort law, other very traditional standard legal principles, and adapt them in an age where distinctions like product and service and human versus machine get very, very fuzzy. So we think this is a quite noble endeavor, and we really want you to focus today on two sets of goals that we think are equally important and in fact complement each other. One is law for AI. So how can the law be a force to guide AI into a positive direction, into AI for good? Law is an incredibly important vehicle for shaping the future of this very powerful and potentially very wonderful or disruptive technology, and we think we can manage that through the rule of law, and you're going to hear a lot about that today. The second co-equal theme of our conference and of our mission here is law for AI, or I'm sorry, AI for law. And what I mean by that is, how can we use AI to improve access to justice, to improve the administration of justice, to remove bias from legal systems, to remove barriers to entry from legal systems, and to allow everyone to have the benefit of the rule of law. So we think those two principles support each other, and you're going to hear about both today. So it is my pleasure to just give you an overview of the panels that you're going to hear from. First, we're going to hear about responsible AI governance and use. So that will be ethical considerations surrounding the development, deployment, and regulation of AI technologies, as well as exploring the multiple frameworks that have emerged. That's going to be led by my partner, Ashley Carr at DLA, who leads our AI governance team. Next, we'll have AI safety and risk mitigation. So that is going to focus on the security challenge posed by AI systems, including vulnerabilities, adversarial attacks, and the need for robust defense mechanisms. We'll give some red teaming exercises to showcase the effectiveness of proactive defenses and mitigating potential threats with AI. That will be led by Dr. Sam Tyner-Monroe, who leads our responsible AI testing group, and she will have an amazing panel of experts to opine on those issues. Next, we're going to talk about AI and hiring and the future of work. So, of course, one of the things that I think a lot of people are thinking about is how will the modern workforce adapt to an AI-heavy economy, and how do we smooth down some of the rough edges of that transition? So we want to explore everything from bias-free talent searches using AI to exploring the relationship between AI technologies, potential disruptions to the workforce, job displacement, and considerations on responsibilities related to professional conduct. So how do lawyers, doctors, engineers, and other highly skilled humans rely on AI while maintaining their fiduciary and other legal duties? That will be led by Dr. Zev Eigen, who is our Senior Data Science Director. And then standards sharing and international cooperation on AI governance. There we're going to focus on the need for collaboration and frameworks. And this is really an apolitical issue. Whatever side of the aisle you come from, having a common set of understandings about best practices to govern AI is a pro-innovation stance. The last thing innovators, and we represent a number of them, want is a patchwork of mismatched and sometimes conflicting standards. So looking to organizations like the UN and the US government, how do we consolidate and harmonize these approaches? And Tony Samp, who leads our AI policy team and comes from the US Senate, where he was a founding director of the working group on AI in the US Senate, is going to help us navigate that and the most recent thinking in politics. And then finally, AI for law. So AI for social good and use cases. Here we're going to introduce you to some real world examples that have had impact on how AI can be used responsibly to open up legal systems to new participants and to remove some of the friction and biases from existing legal systems. That is going to be led by Margaret Hagan of Stanford Law School and Lisa Dewey, who leads our pro bono project at our pro bono team at DLA Piper. So with that, the last thing I'm going to say is part of today is kicking off the major initiative of AI for Good Law Track, which is the AI Law and Justice Institute. It's a not-for-profit. Stanford is going to be on the board of directors. We'll have some representatives and many other leaders, which we'll be excited to unveil in the future, who are global thought leaders on these issues of AI for law and law for AI. So look for more of that. It's going to be announced in Geneva, and we're going to be hopefully working with all of you on many work streams coming out of that to advance these goals. So with that, I am delighted to introduce Ashley Carr to present our first panel, and thank you again for being here.